Hello Raiders, this is Ezron. Welcome back to my Deliana starter account Bastion. It's day 4 of the account and I think I've made a good amount of progress. Really the biggest thing to note is that Kael is now ascended to 5 stars and is almost level 50. Essentially I sacrificed all of the duplicate rares and uncommons I had for food, and now I get to really use this to advance a lot farther. It also sets me up for what is the longest grind in the game, which is creating your first 6-star. So I started to make some food for that as well as I did other progress. In terms of where I am, I made a lot of really good progress in the campaign. Like I am through or into Godfrey's Crossing on hard, and I think that once Kael gets all the way to 50, I should have a reasonable chance of finishing most of hard campaign. Some of at the end of Godfrey's Crossing and the beginning of Hallowed Halls are difficult because of affinity, but that will let me get into brutal campaign, and I expect I'll be able to get probably through about Palace of Aravia or so. That's nice from two perspectives. One is you tend to get more experience, so farming is easier, as well as you can get 5-star common and uncommon gear, which is a little bit better than you can get everywhere else. Also expect I'll probably spend a lot of time here at the Palace of Aravia just doing farming. I continue to not get a copy of War Maiden from the Deadlands. I've been farming a lot here because I really want to get the AoE defense down that she has. Gotten a couple copies of Berserker and all of the uncommons, just no War Maiden yet, so I will probably farm here a ways until that happens. But other than that, this really isn't that super exciting of an update. It's just good progress in getting Kael ranked up to 5 stars, which makes him a lot more powerful. I will say, some 2 months ago, before they did the matching changes and lost limits in Gold 5, the classic arena was really a big source of contention. I've managed to get into Silver 1. I think I must have lost a fight recently. And I see lots of teams that are at least reasonable for me to fight. Let's do another refresh while we're here. Well, we have a gimme defense, but really all 3 of these teams are ones that I would try, and I'll just do them now to see how arena progress goes, because there was certainly a time in the game when accounts would get fights against 4 legendaries that were like level 50 or level 60 and fully ascended, and there were also many arena meta champs in there. I'm not seeing that behavior. It doesn't mean I don't think other people were. It's just I think that the new account experience and how you are segmented and kept apart from more established accounts seems reasonable how it's been implemented. I don't know how long it'll be this way, and there may be a time when I end up, thrown in the deep end of the arena pool as well. But at least for the time being, I have a reasonable chance of farming arena medals, which leads to Great Hall improvements. And after this fight, that's something I'm going to go talk a little bit about, and that is what I'm doing with Great Hall. So let's finish this up real fast. There we go. A reasonable fight, 15 seconds, not a lot to worry about. If you can knock out fights like that, making your daily fights and winning medals is very, very achievable. So I know that I am getting Deliana in 3 more days, and once we get into the Great Hall, don't need to buy that here. I've started with Magic Affinity Accuracy, and then next I'm going to drill into Force Affinity Accuracy. Really, they're the only things I think I'm going to need on this account immediately. Really the whole goal of using Deliana early on is she has built-in accuracy as well as the decreased resist debuff. So I think I'll be able to stack accuracy here, maybe put a little bit in Kael just for help. And then because Deliana will be there, I'll be able to concentrate in other stats, which, very well maybe things like crit damage or resist, or maybe even survivability. So that's my plan for how I think my Great Hall is going to go. Clearly I'm not in very far right now. And I'm hedging a little bit because, as I remember, there's a mission early on to get to level 1 in 3 different attack debuffs, which, I think most endgame players will say this is probably the last thing I'm going to deal, but I don't know why it's a mission early on. It's just the way that Plarium did it. So either I'm going to go for a while and then I'll run into that, or I'll decide maybe that mission was changed and I'll be able to put my medals in places that it goes elsewhere. Or places that I think it'll be more valuable. The only other thing I wanted to bring up, and here's where I'm looking for a little bit of input from either my followers or just people that watch the video, is, I pull a lot of mystery shards just because I need food champions. So I managed to get a copy of Marked, who, I thought I wouldn't really be in this situation for another couple weeks. I thought I'd have to pull a lot more mystery shards to get there. Marked is not a guaranteed champion, and you can't rely on getting her, but she is part of the Raz Infusion, as well as, herself being quite good. If I recall, she has like an AoE block damage or AoE block debuffs for 1 turn, which can be really good in a lot of situations. So I'm not sure what I should do with her. Right now, she's sitting in the vault. I don't really plan on leveling her up or anything at this point, unless everyone thinks it's reasonable to level her just enough to get her for the Raz Infusion that would let me complete that. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it. Would be great to hear everyone's opinion. Drop a comment there. Give your thoughts on what I should do with these champions that I get from mystery shards, because I certainly am not planning on, or when I started the account I wasn't planning on doing anything with them, so we'll see what happens. I think it's also interesting, given now I'm in the 4th day of my account, I've got 4 ancient shards and 1 void shard. Now if you're a new player to the game and you're not working under any sort of other constraints, or like this account to show what's possible with just always available champions, I would pull these early on. Common advice is wait until a 2x event, but early on you're often starved for champions and you just need to get people to spend time and resources on, and getting 1 good or great champion can make a huge difference on your account. So normal people, I think, should be pulling these just to see who you get. Maybe you'll get lucky and get, a progression champion or something else that would otherwise help your account. So I'm going to continue to grind away right here. In a couple of hours, I will end up with a lifesteal shield. Not big hope for that. If I remember right, it has, I think, like speed and crit rate. I am sort of excited about getting this lifesteal weapon because it's 5-star and we'll see what's in there before dropping into Deliana. So that's my update for today and my plan. I'm going to get back to grinding the Deadlands, probably just trying to get a copy of War Maiden. I need the AoE defense break, as well as, she's Force Affinity, which often causes me a lot of problems. So hopefully you'll find today, if not super interesting, at least a way to compare yourself and your progress to someone who understands how the game works, and maybe get some tips and tricks on what you can do to move a little quicker in developing your own account. So thanks for watching. This is Ezron signing off.